Hey everybody, it's Par for the Discourse. Today is June 13th, lucky number 13, 2021. I'm Nicole coming to you from Madrid. It's about 3 in the afternoon here, drinking my afternoon coffee, and Erica here drinking her morning coffee from Brooklyn at 9 in the morning. Making it happen,
Yeah.
6 hours apart. That's what this is about.
We are up early here in Brooklyn. It's going to be a good day.
So I just wanted to kick off, the summer because I don't know about you guys, but we've had a brutally hot week. Finally kicked in like 95 degrees all week. So we're talking about, summer plans, what's coming up. And so we start talking about beaches, and we're not going to the beach, but, it brings up the beach conversation, the pool conversations. Went to the store, tried to look for a new bathing suit, which is always fun, right? For every woman out there. So then I started thinking, well, I live in a culture where it's very normal for people to go topless. It's very normal. Actually, it's abnormal to wear a one-piece bathing suit. I mean, I don't care the age, the weight, everybody's in bikinis, that kind of thing. And even going a step further, we'll take it to nudity, which is not really taboo in this culture as it is for us Americans, right? And it brought up the subject. I think I remember telling you this last year. We went to a little like cove because we weren't really mixing with people last year, obviously. We went to this little cove type area in a beach up north. Nobody was there, maybe 5 people. Violetta and I are sitting there. Alex, Eduardo went to get something at the car. All of a sudden, a guy about 60 years old comes out from behind a rock, stark ass naked, okay? Stark ass naked. Violetta is like, wow. Like her eyes like bulge out. Why is that guy's penis so, and there's like a pause and I go, big? And she's like, no, brown, tan. And then I see the wheels turning in her head. I was like, oh, right. Well, he probably doesn't put sunblock on it. He's been sitting back there sunbathing. Let me tell you, I feel badly that this is the first thing she saw, like her first experience of seeing a man's anatomy. This man was like scary. You know where I'm going with that? Like huge. Hung like a horse in the blazing sun. He goes out, they're looking at it. He was walking towards the water, and then he starts doing like swan dives backwards. So the shit is like flapping everywhere. I'm like, this is like rated X here. Family beach. Like
it's like a third leg.
Yeah. So that was, that I think left an imprint in her head. I don't know what that's going to do for her in the future. If that's going to be a reference point, I hope not. Yeah, so that was just considered par for the course instead of par for the discourse. Pretty normal. And I think, did I tell you what happened when Maria visited us a couple of years ago? That whole like nudity thing. No, I guess I didn't. No, I guess I didn't tell you that one.
I mean, maybe.
My friend Maria, who
Please
Erica knows.
Memory.
Let
Please
me
refresh my memory.
Yeah, let me refresh it. We rented a house. She came to visit us with her husband and son, and we rented a house about 2 hours from here, had a pool. The owner of the house lived next door, but it was very remote. He said I might use the pool once, but he didn't get in our way the whole time we were there. So one day we're like getting the stuff ready to make a barbecue. The barbecue's like right behind the pool. Maria and I start going up there with the dishes to like set the table and everything. She's in front of me. She goes through the clearing in the woods, turns right around and is like, naked man, completely naked man, and turns around. We're like, didn't want to embarrass ourselves and be like, hey, this guy's like skinny dipping there, showing his jewels glistening in the sun, the diamonds in the sun. I don't, is this an age thing? Like as you get older, you just don't really give a shit?
Well,
I mean, he does have tenants there. It's a little weird. I don't know.
What's the question? I don't know.
Yeah. Is that like a, would you be doing that if you were renting the house to people who could potentially walk in on you? I mean, you just like don't give a shit at that point anymore, or is this a cultural thing where I guess maybe I'm being uptight about it?
Yes.
So I should have taken my clothes off too, or what?
No, maybe as a, I mean, yeah, I think the not thinking that kids would be around is inconsiderate. But probably, yeah, I don't know. I think people should be comfortable being naked, but I also could see how it would also be very shocking if you weren't ready for it.
I mean, the boob, I mean, the tits out in the open is so common that even my kids don't make any face. Like, I think a typical American kid might be like, whoa, they're used to that. They don't, it's normal.
Right. I was going to say there's this comedian, she's got a show on HBO, Sam J. We've been watching it, and she did like a whole episode of this, like these lesbians who were, I think they what did they, it's not butch, it was a different word they were using, I can't remember, like that they really like love being topless, and they like feel like that's empowering, and this whole like movement of queer women empowering themselves by being topless. And I would not want to walk around naked. And so good for them. I mean, I just burn too easily, you know what I mean? And the parts that don't see the light of day would get burned really easily. I'm very pale.
You see, that's a good point though about the paleness, because I tried that once. I was like, maybe let me blend. This is like, I want to say maybe 8 or so years ago, because Violetta was maybe about 2. And I was like, I'm gonna go topless, right? So I'm like walking around, and I just felt out of, even though I was in place, I felt out of place just because it's not something that I do. And then I'm like, I don't want this shit to be crispy. Like,
but then the people who do it look so fucking comfortable. So, you know, good for them.
Yeah, I know. I'm not judging them. I'm just saying I don't feel like that's what I do. So
I would like to say though, the guys that are going naked are confident.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone young do. Well, no, that's not true. I went to a gay beach when I was 20 with a friend of ours. We didn't know that's where we were going, but they took us there. And I'll never forget that experience, because we were with a gay couple and then another friend of ours. And we get there and no one said anything. I turned around and the friend that brought us is standing there totally naked. But not only is he naked, he's covered in this green mud. So we went to a beach all the way south Spain where you could see Gibraltar, like right across. And this beach is covered in rocks that you smash, and then this green juice comes out and people put it all over their body. It's like a mud. It's supposed to be good for the skin. Can you imagine like sitting there and you're like, where the hell am I? There was like naked green people like roaming the place. And I'm sitting there like, did I come overdressed? I'm like wearing a bathing suit. I don't feel right. I'm over belly chains. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Out of place, out of time. I don't know. But I took it in. I went with it.
When in Rome.
So that's my thing. I guess, you know, We'll see how it goes this summer, what we run into, what we decide to bronze and what we decide to put sunblock on.
I mean, you know, if people feel comfortable, you know, go for it. I don't know.
So what else is going on?
I was thinking about, well, I thought you were gonna go to like Coney Island references, like we would see people on the beach like in their underwear, and like, you know, you might as well be naked. It would be in their like tighty whities.
Yeah, we saw a lot. But anything goes there, minus the nudity.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well not have anything on. And then some of those, yeah, like the older guys are the more comfortable. They're like in their little Speedos and.
Oh yeah. I think that's going more towards Brighton Beach though.
Yeah, well, right.
I've seen some leopard printed Speedos there before that I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Here's to confidence.
Well, yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to. I would love to get to a beach.
Are you going to go to Coney this summer? Yeah, you'll go. Is it going to be packed?
I got to tell you, we haven't really made any plans for this summer. I think we're still flying by the seat of our pants a little bit here with things. I have I went after we got off this call last week, I went out to New Jersey because we got a ride. There was a mural festival thing going on. There was a lot of people. And I kind of am really struggling with this, like the people that are back to normal, like, oh, it's so good to be back to normal. And then this like, well, did you not learn anything in the last year? Did anything change or shift in your life? Or are you just so looking forward to getting back? And then but come on, Erica, I can't be a party pooper all the time. I need to enjoy something as well. So I'm trying to have a little bit of fun. Thursday night we had plans and then they got canceled. And I think I'm just really in need of stimulating conversation, and I don't get that in my neighborhood. I get that with my partner that I live with.
Yeah, but you need to
and that, yeah, but he enjoys mixing it up with people that I don't.
Oh. Well, I was going to say, going to Coney Island might not help that either.
I guess it depends. Yeah, Coney's fun, but
well, what yeah, let's say that people are acting like, let's just get back to normal. Like in your ideal world, what is it that you think people should be doing?
Oh, I mean, like certain people I saw on Sunday that were, I don't know. I'm really judging that specific person, but you know, just what do I think we need? I'm not sure. This is where I'm kind of struggling, because also like work-wise is, you know, things are just changed. So I'm not sure what the new normal is for me, you know, in any way. So
yeah, you're saying like, don't flip the switch like from one thing to the other right away. Everyone's like, okay, we're back. Like,
yeah, I just don't feel like back to what? I mean, yeah, you know what I don't mean that negatively, because I know we need to get back to something, but
acknowledge
there's a lot that's changed. There's a lot that's changed within myself, and how I feel about how things, you know, and that's another thing about like New York City is and you know, I was talking about technology and it was all just going so fast. It's like we really did need to like stop. And I'm not sure how to pivot forward yet, you know, because I can't fucking stand being on my phone, and it feels like when I'm interacting with people or I'm answering emails or I'm getting into a conversation, I'm on my phone all fucking day and I hate it. But I feel like that's the only way to connect with people. I mean, look, I'm sitting here, I'm such a hypocrite. We're sitting here on their YouTube.
Yeah, but we have an excuse. We're not anywhere near each other to have a conversation.
Right. Yeah. And so, right. Just even people here in New York, it's like, I have to sit on social media and I, this app to this app to this app. And somebody told me on Friday about this app that helps plan your social media to help so you're not, so she was suggesting this other app to help me with all of my, like I am an analog girl in a digital world. I have always been, and
yeah, I think a good vacation is to disconnect from that shit. That's what I think.
Well, that's what I enjoyed about the last year. We talk about the positive things. I enjoyed kind of getting away from some of the stuff that I just was doing on such a monotonous basis. And just not being able to do that. I don't know, do we just go right back to it? Did we learn anything? Have we changed? Have we, Anyway, I'm babbling.
Because here we have, you already know this, but they're starting as of this week with people in their late 40s with the vaccine.
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother on the phone on Friday. He's like, "You're still not vaccinated?" He can't wrap his head around it. So I was like, "No, not yet, but they're starting with late 40s this week. I don't know when they're going to get to me, but Eduardo played in a wedding on Friday and he said it was unbelievable. He's like, first 20 minutes, everybody had the mask on. After that, nobody had them on. And it was a pretty big party. And he goes, and not only that, but the majority of the people there were younger people. So that they're not vaccinated yet. So it's just like, oh yeah, well, let's just party it up because the summer's here and, that's why I'm still not in, we're a little behind you now. I feel like I'm not in the clear here. I don't want to be.
I know.
Mingling here.
I know people probably are just over the conversation, but I feel comfortable wearing a mask indoors.
Yeah.
I still wear it walking down the street just because I feel like I'm being respectful because I don't know who I don't know. It's not a bother to me. I'm not put off. I don't feel, you said you had a file under asshole because I'm thinking of one right now. But.
Oh, good. We can each say one. Okay. So,
yeah.
I was talking to my brother on Friday. It's actually a story of his. He has a 8-month-old daughter who was born with a birthmark on her ankle. That's those birthmarks, they tend to be on people's faces and upper bodies, but they're like a wine color.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's going to have to be lasered off because apparently if you don't take care of these types of, I don't know the details. I don't want to say wrong information, but it could lead to circulatory problems. And I don't know why this thing happens in the first place, but it's nothing dangerous, but it's something that's visibly there. Okay.
And it's on her leg?
Yeah, it's on her ankle and foot. Ankle and foot. She was born like that. So he said that last week he went to the dog park. He was like, I'm there with the baby and the dog. And some guy out of nowhere walks up and says, if you don't mind me asking you, what's wrong with her foot? What of course he didn't say anything rude back, but he was like, what the fuck? Mind your own fucking business. What's wrong with your face? You know what I mean? Isn't that like a little?
What did he say?
I didn't even ask him what he said, but I'm pretty sure probably explained it. He probably said it's a birthmark or something stupid, but he's like, I wasn't prepared for this person. Like,
We
asshole,
were
right? Could we find?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We were walking Domi, and you know, I think I've said this before. He has a little bit of a nervous, like he shakes a little bit when we're outside, and it's getting better. It's he just gets a little nervous, like just stepping outside. I don't know. It really it goes away once we get walking. Like I would say, like
get worse around people, does it?
No. Sometimes like when we stop at the corner and he kind of looks like he might shake a little bit. He's fine. It's getting much better. It's just a little bit of a nervous.
Getting used to his new environment.
Yeah. So we're walking, and we had just walked out of the house and we're maybe halfway down the block. So we had just kind of started walking, and this woman is behind us. And Ronnie didn't tell me what she said until later because I didn't hear her the first time. We both turned around and go, "Excuse me?" And she goes, "Oh, I can really tell that he loves her. Like that Domi really loves me," because he was like, and I go, "Oh, okay." But Ronnie told me later that the first time she said, "Excuse me, do you know he's shaking?" And then we turned around and said, "Excuse me." And she said, oh, I can tell that he really loves her. I said, "Ronnie, if you told me right then what she, because I didn't hear her right." Like he goes, "Oh no, I heard her the first time. She corrected herself." I was like, "I'm glad I didn't hear her because I would have said something." I don't have a tolerance for it anymore with the comments about my dog, because it's really, it's just, I don't know. I just get, I'm annoyed with people.
Well,
and I don't.
The question is, why do people feel the need to comment on something that's none of their business? That's
Exactly.
That's actually
what it
all
is.
two stories have in common.
Yeah. No, it's just like, well, and Ronnie said, I immediately was like, "Excuse me," and he goes, "I knew you didn't hear what she said the first time, because you would have said something real smart back." She must have saw the look on our faces.
Yeah, but it's weird that she changed it to that remark, because that's like, I don't know.
Well, we probably turned around and scared her. We probably were like,
what are people expecting as the remark in response? I don't know. I don't know. Like, "Oh, thanks."
It was like she was behind us,
yeah,
and like yelled out to us. Like, you know, I don't think she thought that. I don't know. Maybe we looked probably a little confrontational the way we turned around and looked at her. "Excuse me." File that one under asshole.
If you don't mind me asking, you know right away when someone starts off with that. It's like, oh great, where's this going? Excuse me, another one. You know something's coming.
Yeah, and I was at a table with, we were outdoors. I was at a table with 8 to 10 white people, and they were all talking about Juneteenth and how they only recently learned about it. And it was such an uncomfortable position for me to be in, with these people talking about it. And the one who had the most knowledge and information about it was Ronnie. So when Ronnie's the one that has the correct information about it, and everybody else is just talking about how they get a day off of work now, and isn't that cool? File that one under asshole.
Wait, are these people you know, or just that you
this is what I mean when I say I'm not stimulated by the conversation in my neighborhood. I mean, I just was sitting there like, I can't believe you guys are sitting here talking about something you don't know about.
I guess the advice here is don't be surprised anymore by anything that's said. In fact, you should be surprised if anyone says anything intelligent. That's like,
well, it wasn't even it was just like, well, I get a day off of work now.
I know what you're saying.
Good. So I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, you missed the point. But.
Right. Yeah. And then it's just, I'm sitting in this conversation and I don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going to be said next and I just want to leave. Because, you know what I mean?
You can't be responsible for your potential comments. That's another thing. Because you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, you remember this thing that happened? I don't know if you remember this happened in my office job. I was having a conversation with somebody and they said an really anti-Semitic statement about somebody. And I told them not to speak like that at work, one. And if I'm standing here next to you and somebody walks by while you're saying that, I'm in this conversation with you. So, I
don't remember that. Yeah.
Oh, it was, it was at the, my office job. And I just said, that's really not cool. And the fact that I'm standing here with you in the office where people walk by.
Yeah, you don't want to associate with that.
Yeah. Don't. So this is I'm not making a lot of statements here. I'm being like, I don't know.
Okay, let's change topics then to a couple of things coming up on television.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to, I'm probably one of the few, but looking forward to a documentary coming out on Anthony Bourdain. It's coming out in a month.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't follow him that much, I mean, I think you would probably enjoy it just because he's a good.
I did go back and watch a lot of the show because I guess it was on CNN, right?
He had two shows. One was Parts Unknown and the other was No Reservations.
Yeah, I've watched some of it.
Yeah.
He's a very interesting character.
And the cool thing about him is he didn't really become known until he was like our age, really. He was late to the game in the world of fame, I guess you could say. And I think that's actually what led to the whole demise eventually, but really cool. I think it's going to be cool. And
I think it's going to be.
I recommend something to you. I don't know if you saw it. I think I sent you a link to this like weird documentary.
I haven't watched it yet. No.
I don't even remember the name of it, but you've got to see it. I mean, it's like, it makes that thing that you sent me last year about getting kidnapped. I don't even remember the name of it. What was that one called? Abducted in Plain Sight.
In Plain Sight. That was so freaky.
Like jaw dropping. Like what?
And this is like that.
This is. Like,
I remember you sent it.
I don't know. I somehow went down a rabbit hole, and then I'm like, what is this? All right, I'll watch this. I have nothing else to do for an hour and a half. And I was watching it while I was doing something. And then I was like, wait, what did I just hear? And then I had to stop doing what I was doing. And then I was like, okay, I need to listen to this. This is like.
Handmaid's Tale season finale will be this week. And so I'm all caught up with that. So.
Is that
and not even, I think there'll be another season.
Okay.
So it is so crazy. It's wild. What else am I watching?
I'm watching Your Honor. I have 2 episodes left. The Bryan Cranston.
Didn't it kind of go, okay, you only got 2 more episodes.
I'm not done with it, but
but
every episode is pretty captivating, though, I have to say. It's like,
Yeah, but are you at the point where you're like, is this real? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
what an honorable judge he is.
another one that just got deeper and deeper into
Yeah.
but that's it. I'm not watching pretty much. There's not much else that I'm watching right now.
Well, I think I'm supposed to meet up with this comedian friend this afternoon and attempt to be funny, get the podcast that for the magazine going. We need to start doing some video stuff. So that should be fun this afternoon. I'm gonna try to be funny. I don't know, maybe it's too early in the morning. Maybe I need to have coffee earlier. I don't know.
Well, hey, some weeks we've got material, some weeks we don't. And we just observe. We're here to observe and coexist.
Yeah. The people that, you know, somebody said, and I thought this was it was a white male privilege kind of thing to say, I thought, but he was like, I'm not going to go out to any events until next year because I don't want to hear, the announcer or the MC or the whoever say, oh, it's so good to be back. It's so good to see people again. Like, I'm just going to stay away for another year till everybody gets over it. I was like,
are you kidding? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I mean,
that was annoying.
He's saying it's so annoying that people are like, oh, we're seeing each other again. I don't want to participate in that. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
That's a problem. That's problematic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But he's happy that he's getting Juneteenth off. So
yeah, exactly that. All right. Well, enjoy your week.
Yeah. You too.
All right. Bye.